Welcome everybody, Drake Hawkins with you, and today we're going to be going back in to Going Medieval. I've been waiting for this one for quite a while. It's just about entering Steam Early Access. June 1st, 2021 it enters Steam Early Access. That's the target anyways. We've got access to an early build. We've just passed a beta time where people could actually go on and play this version of it. And there'll be some tweaks and changes, I'm sure, between now and the final release on June. I'm sure there'll be at least one or two updates, and then they'll go into very heavy, continued kind of stress testing and seeing what the community says about it. So far, it's mostly been internal development, so really excited to see how all of your feedback in both the comments here and on their wiki and in their Discord and all the rest help to develop this game. If you have suggestions, there's an option in-game, top right, where we'll be able to actually give them. If you're playing the game, go ahead and put them in there. If you're not, put them in the comments, and if there's particular support for one or two of those comments saying, hey, let's add this feature if we can, we'll send it as a feedback together. Even if you don't have the game, you can get your 2 cents in there. So, without further ado, two things. I love the fact that they've got a ton of languages supported already. That says something about the care for the game and the diversity of the community. Love it. Next is that we're going to show you the general startup of a game, and then I'm going to cut away and we're going to go into a loaded game that I got as a world set the way that I want us to start. So basically it takes a long time. You're flipping through, rolling the dice to select your character. You'll see here. So in scenario mode, we chose not normal but difficult mode and survival. So enemy raids happen frequently in this mode, and their difficulty increases over time. Excellent. We chose Lone Wolf, but first let's look at a new life. This is the standard, so you have 3 people. It starts in spring. You got a pile of resources and a good and decent equipment for everybody, and that's the recommendation for the starting. Pretty great setup as a whole. You can also choose your own scenario, name it whatever you want, give a description, go for a whole story narrative, choose when you start, how many settlers you start with, add a bunch of conditions, everything about what research they already have and equipment they might have to start with, and so on. But we're not doing that. We went with the Lone Wolf. This playthrough will be a Lone Wolf hard mode for the Steam Early Access. So this settler starts alone with meager resources in the harshest conditions. Starting conditions: winter. Great. Resources we start with is a bit of wood and some 3 packaged meals, which I think is a day and a half. Might be 3 days worth of food, but it's probably more like a day and a half. We'll stretch it out, ration ourselves. We start with a flimsy wooden buckler, which we can't use with any of the other weapons we have, which is a little odd. A sturdy wooden spear, a fine short bow, and a good linen cap. We'll have to equip that. And we also have flimsy linen clothes on. No armor, just linen clothes and a linen cap. It'll be one dude. We'll start with Drake. He is, I think he's a restitutionist for religion to begin with. All of that is in the randoms. We'll see that next. So the next set you do is to choose your area. Now, you can randomize the seed, and it gives you the various different options all over. Each one of them has a valley start, a hill start, and a mountain start. We went with the hill start, and I did have a different seed, but we'll look at that later. Map size is currently not changeable. We can change our name for our thing. We went with Clan Hawkins. And I wanted to take 10 seconds here, 20 seconds to look at this heraldry and say it's amazing. We can choose, I'm going to actually clear this for now. We can choose the pattern. We can choose the background color. Oh, yes, interesting. Okay. Oh, I see. If you chose the background to match the same as the pattern, you could get rid of the coloring. Ooh. Okay. We went with that one and this pattern here. Okay. Now we can add 4 different symbols, so we could add whatever we wanted to, like this, and then we can change the color of it, and then we could transform it. Sorry, we could shuffle it around. Let's say we could move it like this and be like, hey, put that right in the middle there, and we'll make it a little bit smaller. Let's slide her back. Right about there. Maybe a tiny bit smaller than that. There we go. And then we could put in another one, and it could be, I don't know, a kitty cat. And we could color him red as well, sure. And we'll let's make him purple. And we can terraform that. We get the gist already, right? That's the You know, that sort of thing. You can make your own entire sigil. Now, this will show up on your banners, on your walls, and in your stuff in-game. It's really awesome that way. But I also have the option, we also have the option to go custom. So what I did was this, and then I went to custom, and it didn't have our stuff in it, so I added a couple in, and all this is you go into the right file in your games folders on your, basically on your C drive. I think the default is you just follow through the Steam list. You'll have to look it up. Maybe I can point it out in a comment below if somebody's interested. I'll try to remember to tag that. If not, if I haven't already, just let me know, and I can tell you how to do that in the comments. But where you find this Foxy Voxel, which is the developer, where you find that tag in there, or that image, it's like a 2000 by 2000 or something like that pixel PNG. So all you have to do is make a PNG of whatever you want in there and throw it in that folder, which is called custom something or other, and it'll appear here. Some of them may not work the greatest. This one, for instance, doesn't quite fit. The shape is wrong. Even at the largest scale, it won't fit very well. So it would be a little oddball. I could do that, I guess, and then we could go with a pattern that was like this. That'd be odd. But anyways, not what we went with. We went with this baby, and a different pattern. But anyways, I'll get back into that. That's for later. So next thing we would do is pick our character, and all of this is going to be, we're going to be seeing our actual Drake, but basically you can type in or randomize this. The last name is attached to this randomize button. So is the gender and everything. You can't pick gender, you can't pick all those things. You just kind of randomize, and whatever you get. They're going to have Chivalrous Innkeeper, whatever features they've got, right? Snow White loves nothing better than the bitter air and crisp frost of midwinter. He thrives in the cold. Man, I wish I'd had that trait. He's dainty as well, all right? Needs the finer things of life to thrive. He struggles to cope with little things like dirt, cold, and hardship. All right. They also have a religious alignment. Left would be the Oak Brother Zealot. All the way to the right would be the Restitutionist Zealot. And that's going to play into their story as it goes forward. They got a whole variety of skills here, each of them associated with some sort of activity. Taming, feeding, training, and hunting animals, for instance. He's particularly good at culinary because of this trait right here, or this background right here. He also has the stars. So a single star gives you 2.5. It is passionate about that thing. 2.5 more times the skills gain for that. So super easy to gain up. Intelligent and melee in this case have very passionate, give you a 4x. This won't matter for us because there's not a group set of skills right now, but if we were starting with multiples, we could see, hey, this guy's got 18, then we could look at other character, and he might have 10 in culinary, but it would still show this 18 over here to let you know that you've got somebody who's really good at that, and so on. It's a really nice feature. It doesn't really make sense until we go back and do the other one. So we are going to go back, and I'm going to cut away here and load up our world with Drake Hawkins in Clan, or Drake Burnside, I think is his name, in Clan Hawkins, and we'll get started there. Lone Wolf. Through a blizzard, the last hunting party of the year returns. One member is missing, presumed dead. Far from what passes for civilization, Drake is on his own. He grits his teeth and resolves to build a home in the wilderness to shelter from the bitter cold. The only sound is the distant calls of wolves. Some adventurers need challenge and excitement to feel alive. Fighting off waves of aggressors who are out to steal land, harvest, or villagers is not for everyone. Am I not sworn to a warrior's path? Drake thinks aloud. Huddled alone by the fire, far from everything he knows. Into a landscape of rolling hills and ancient, crumbling forts the lone wanderer trekked. Each ascent rewarded Drake with a view that stretched for many leagues. No enemy approach would go unseen, he thought. He built a camp that would in time become a settlement of Clan Hawkins. Excellent. Circa 1365. There we go, that's our date. We're in 1365. We're in 1365 in England. Basically, the backstory is that the few people remaining on the British Isles have survived one of the great plagues of the Middle Ages, the late Middle Ages. One of those great plagues hit, and instead of killing off a lot of people, it killed off almost every living human. So now we got these tiny little sparse populations around around the British Isles, and we happen to be one of them in some nondescript hillside somewhere. But we are going to make it a mighty place of wonder. So Drake's here, and I've gone ahead and looked at a few things. So let's look at his characters, his trait first. So, inconspicuous butcher. Drake knew animals inside and out, as befits a member of the Butcher's Guild. He had a gentle way with all beasts and dealt their fate swiftly. Drake knows how to prepare exotic cuts fit for a king, which peasants have never tasted. Following the plague, Drake was deployed undercover to watch for heresy among royalist factions. Ooh. On receiving no further instructions from his master of whispers, Drake sought the shadows, using what he heard to survive. So this background is his personal background. Doesn't quite fit the lone wolf story that we just read, but we'll go with it. He's good with culinary, great with culinary, animal handling, and pretty good with the intellect thing. We got a health bar. We'll look into those probably when we get our first friend in. That's probably going to die of frostbite. I don't know. If we get a friend, we should. In the first, a season lasts 12 days, so I would imagine by anywhere from day 6 to 12, we should get a new person joining us. That's my guesstimate. Ugly apparel. Well, get some better clothes, dude. Let's see. Stats. He's got his sleep. He's got religious. I love that alcohol is an actual requirement. If you don't get them alcohol, it's like a problem for them. They get deprived of it. They'll just be unhappy. It's not going to kill them or anything, which is good. He's got a whole bunch of attributes, which is very phenomenal that they show all this detail. I love it. All about their combat skills, their non-combat skills, job-related, whatever. It's cool. His skills are animal handling at 16, which we mentioned. It's pretty high. He's got a passion for culinary and intellectual for research. 15 already in culinary, 16 in animal handling, so he'll be amazing at hunting and taming and training animals, as well as really great at cooking and butchering. Intellect is for research, and it increases his speed that he accomplishes research. He's also got very passionate in marksman and tailoring. Excellent, so you'll be able to make some better clothes before too long. Lovely. Oh, and make creating cloth and leather armor, too. Which would be great, because if you're a marksman, you want to be wearing that stuff. Bows and crossbows, he's amazing with. Or, he's very passionate about, I should say. And he's middling in his skills so far. So, 9's better than it could be. He's absolute trash with melee, and smithing, and mining, and speechcraft. Okay. And construction. Well, at least he'll gain construction. He starts out at 4, not bad. Inventory consists of his crappy linen clothes. Details about his weapons and capacity. He can carry a certain amount of stuff. I'm not sure if that changes different people or what's going on, but we'll see. All of this stuff here is forbidden. We'll unforbid this. I will mention this only once. I don't want to harp on it, but a lot of people call this, and I'll mention this name once. I'm sorry. It has to be said. A lot of people say this game is like just a voxel version of RimWorld. And I absolutely loathe the idea of suggesting that anybody's work of game design is just another slight version of somebody else's. You're going to see a lot of things that represent that game. You're going to see a lot of things that game brought to popularity. I wouldn't say that they were the first ones to use it, like this. This to me isn't RimWorld. This to me is Dwarf Therapist from the modded world of Dwarf Fortress. So this is what I mean. There's things like the schedules and controls and stuff, and the jobs you'll see that look very familiar to other games. The building style is like everything here. This is obviously square boxes. You can sort of see the highlighted squares. So everything would be built in that grid. But yeah, that's the gist of it. We can manage things like undrafted stance, huh? Aggressive stance will engage in combat if an enemy is in line of sight. Flee to run away if an enemy is in line of sight. Will not react to nearby enemies, but will fight back if attacked. Interesting. We'll leave it on flee. That's when they're not drafted. Pardon my voice, just crackling up here. So we can manage their weapons and tell them to either drop whatever weapon they've got, and also tell them, let's go ahead and he'll grab the ranged weapon, the bow, to do some hunting maybe and whatnot. We could tell them to grab a shield. Headgear, go ahead with all headgear available. go ahead with all apparel. You can also go with any armor that you find. You can eat any food, and you can have any stimulants. Lovely. Now he's alone and he's sleeping. The reason he's sleeping is because I've altered his schedule. Drake, if I didn't mention that, if we didn't look at that, one of his traits, where is that? Oh, in here. One of his traits is Night Owl. Drake feels most alive working during the hours of darkness. He can survive happily with very little sleep, so he actually takes less sleep. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put these back, so he's only got 6 hours assigned for sleep. 1 hour before for leisure, and maybe we'll wake up and have some leisure. That sounds good. I'm not going to force work tiles on. He can have everything on the other one, so he can do leisure during these times. He can go, work, sleep, whatever he needs to. Actually, you know what? We're gonna put anything. He's literally the only one here. Does it really matter? I don't know. Jobs-wise, I've dropped everything to 5, which is the minimum. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put tending and convalescing at 1. So he will tend to somebody else's wounds if that's a thing we need to do. And then he will go to convalesce. And then he will look down the list and say, oh, there's no other number 1s. Go back to the left and start looking for the number 2s. In which case it's going to be hunting for number 2. And I think we'll probably put cooking on as number 2 as well. And I don't know that anything else needs to be prioritized at that point. So basically he will tend to anyone's wounds, and then he will tend to his own wounds, try to heal. Highest priority. After that, he will hunt if there's any hunting orders to do. If not, he will try to cook. Then he will construct anything he can. If he's got materials, if he doesn't, he'll go down the list and do other things. So if we say, go cut down some trees. If he's got something to construct, he'll construct, then cut down trees. So actually, I think I need plant cut to 3. Yeah, that's good. All right. So he's asleep right now. He will be waking up in 1 hour. We're going to get him a bunch of jobs to do. I think what we'll do first of all is get him started with just some harvest stuff, because I want him to harvest before the season ends. Do note there is like tree chopping. Cool. We'll do a bunch of that. We'll do some of that. I think we'll just chomp a bunch of this. We could choose the old dead trees, for instance, like that, and say, cut those down. Oh, this one's mature. We'll leave that one. We could. It's not that prioritized. Not big of a priority to me, but we'll leave it as is. I have already unlimited that stuff. Okay, and we're going to also give him in order to... Let's get time running here. We'll leave it on fast time. He's the only one here, so it's going to have to be fast time. Do that and that. Tell him to harvest anything. He can harvest a ton of stuff right here, right? Good. That's good. He's going to chomp that up real quick. There he goes. He's on his feet, finding something to do. Alright, forbid allow. There's going to be a bunch of tutorials. Nowhere to store stuff. Well, that's fine for now. What I'm going to do is actually make a storage yard kind of just a default storage that'll go right here. It doesn't matter what it's for, it's just going to be a storage place. Tutorial for construction. Thank you, not enough beds. Also know that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is lay down the foundation, or I guess should say the flooring, not really a foundation, for this place. We're going to cut that, but I want it cut, not chomped up. I'm going to go ahead with, out here, let's go a fairly large space here. Actually, a very large. That's ridiculously large, Drake. Okay, we'll do that. And then what I'm going to do is put in a sleeping spot right in... We'll do a sleeping spot, I think, right there. And I'm going to tell him to have a brazier right in there. Actually, I need this stuff to be gone. And then we will do... what else? That. Let's see, can I just select these? No, never mind. Let's prioritize harvest, cutting that. And then that one. It's in the way. Good. That, and that can go away. What I'm going to do is actually build walls. Go like this. There, and there. Put in a door here. Let's have a window there and there. Lovely. And then on top, one layer up, I'm going to put a ceiling over it. So go, Mr. Constructor Man. Construction is... well, it'll happen after cutting plants. That's fine. Look at him build. He's a master builder. Okay, he's a master builder, I say, right as he fails the construction. Lovely. Kind of hard to see him in there, but he's working on it. He's doing the things. Now, Z and X drops. Z also raises, so I think, what is it? Control? Yeah, control, scroll mouse. We'll go, whoa, that was too far down. We can just control scroll like that to get a bit of a better view. There we go. He's chomping away on things. We're just going to build this little room for him to begin with. Let's put in the ceiling. Got a bunch of walls to put in. If we can get that built before nightfall, that would be amazing. This is a brazier, which is going to need some clay. How many is that? That's 16. We'll unforbid that. Actually, I'll unforbid all of this. There we go. This bunch too. Lots to do. Just throwing piles of... I love the animation. This is great. The animation, just chunks of wood are just flying like crazy. Okay, he's going to go off and grab some clay to do that brazier. Let's see, it is 2100. His schedule means he's going to be another 5 hours or so building. Now, unfortunately, at the current deal, it's 10 o'clock at night. Sun is fading. And then it just kind of stops fading. And then it's light throughout the whole time. It's a little weird. Anyways, we'll let him do his thing real quick here. Why are the sticks and everything piled on the floor? That's a little weird. Alright, how are we doing for... Oops, how are we doing for size? For stuff. Look at that. He's almost there. 1, 2 more pieces. Nice. You got that one corner to build still? Oh, wait. Hold on a second, Drake. Can you maybe come and finish this, please? Sticks. All that. Why are we not building this? There, go build that piece of wall, please. There you go. Does that mean we got a room? Hit V. Yeah, look at that. Haha, it's a bedroom. So, this is already set as a bedroom. Must have exactly 1 wooden hay bed or hay sleeping spot. Cannot have any other workstations, shrines, or beds. Whoever sleeps here enjoys the peace and quiet of their own quarters. So it gives him a little bit of a boost to having slept alone. Let's see his mood. Where's that? He's chilly. He's a little tired. He's slightly hungry. He's lacking in religious activities, and he's got ugly clothing. Right. So many good things to start out with. We'll see what we do about the rest of those after he builds this lovely floor for us. Oh, never mind. He's going to have a chomp on his new dinner. Now, how many we got left? Ooh, only 1 packaged meal left. So basically, he made it through his first day, used 2 of his meals. That's kind of what I thought would happen. Now, you are going to be hunted. Wonderful. There's a deer over here that can be hunted as well. Okay. I also want to make sure we have a, well, a warfare stockpile wouldn't be a bad idea. We could put that, don't know where really. So let's just do this. And then we're going to have a dumping stockpile, and I'll put that baby back over here. Now, what we do with it, I'm not sure. We might change it as we go. So, Drake's going to have a good long sleep here, and then get up, and we'll go through at least another day before, I think hopefully we'll get through 1 more day before we're done for our first episode. What the heck was that? It just ran by. Oh, never mind, it was the hare. He was quick. Quick like a bunny. Meal preparation is missing. Yes, it is. That will be a new priority. Now, I want to put the fire pit outside. So, but I think we'll do that on the front here. Let's make a campfire. That's going to be a wall, so let's go like there for a campfire. Sounds good. And then we're going to need a butcher's table and stuff. It could be outdoors. I think we will do that outdoors. Let's have it right here. Note, I'm going to have a line of wall out here, so that'll be fine. And then let's make a proper storage. I want to kind of make storages as we go. Let's say a stick stockpile right here. That's nothing except for sticks. That's textiles. Sticks. There we go. I'm going to let time go by as he does that. And then this is the butcher place. So let's go ahead with a default stockpile like this. We can let that be nothing except for, let's say, carcasses and raw meat. Raw food. And animal carcasses. Sure. Okay, so this will be a sticks to cook, and then we'll have a spot maybe inside where we store our nice foods. Let's say a default. Well, where are we gonna have our kitchen? Probably out here. Let's go with right there for meals for now. I think Drake is off hunting. By the sounds of it. Let's go all meals considered in there. Lovely. Now, let's find out where Drake's at. Yes, he is hunting, indeed. Let's watch him go on the rampage here. Cha! Oh, wow. Okay, you must have hit him a few times before, right? That'd have been pretty impressive if it was otherwise. Let's go ahead and harvest those when we get to them. That is herb. We'll take that for sure. Anything else nearby that's like food related? What do we got here? Herbs. Yes, indeed. I thought that was mushrooms, but it's just leaves falling on the ground there. Alright, that's fine. Let's let him go. Now, hauling to stockpile. Okay. Can drop the corpse there. That's not what I wanted. No corpses in the waste pile, please. Alright. Looks like he's harvesting away here. I want to actually prioritize this. What are we missing for this butcher table? Not enough... Oh, not enough wood, huh? Jeepers, we are having to cut through a lot. And this is barely even touching the place. Alright, let's cut down some trees then. Off we go. We're going to do that first as his top priority. We'll chomp this up. One tree down. This is coal under his feet, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some coal running on this brazier. What if we do that first? Let's go ahead and like dig one hole here. I don't know if that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll dig this and this and this. Lovely, and this stuff should be hauled. Drop that off. Prioritize hauling this. Lovely. And prioritize mining that too. That holds 60 units of coal. Right. You got 9 coal in the pile there. Is this thing going to be... Is there a way to prioritize what it uses? I guess not, huh? I think these things use... Maybe it doesn't actually consume anything. A clay container filled with glowing wood or charcoal for warmth. So maybe it uses it, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. In fact, I'm going to cancel those until I know that they've done something with it. So let's not make a hole. Let's just cancel that. Alright, what do we got? Orders. Issue orders to settlers with the orders tool. Yeah. That's nothing new. Food. Oh, yes. Food levels are low. So you are going to have to prioritize the butcher table if you wouldn't mind, please. Get some wood up there. Excellent, Drake. Go, man, go. You build it, you beast. Oh, autosave. I love how it comes up out of the ground with the meat sticking on it. It's fantastic. A little weird looking. Alright, next he's going to make the campfire. And then we'll be able to take that beautiful deer corpse there and get it roasting up. So, what we do here is we select this building, like all production, as the tutorial says. Like all production, there's going to be a list of things you can produce at that workbench. We're going to choose that, and we're going to tell them whenever there's stuff to butcher, just butcher it. Great. You should finish this up before being interrupted by that job. Good. And we're going to give them a meals order here and tell them, let's keep it, I don't know, 5 meals, 10 meals? Let's go 5 meals. 10's a little excessive for one dude. 2.5 days worth of food. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll cook up everything that he's got. Alright, he is butchering like a madman here. Oh, it's a mess. Oh, it's horrible. Alright, he's gonna have a nap. 3 a.m. It's time to go to bed, right? He's a very good clansman. Sleeps all night and he works all day. Or the other way around. Looks like it's fog is clearing here. No, it's not clearing. It's pretty foggy. And we got 14 degrees Celsius. Bit of a rough take. At least it's going to get cold enough that our food shouldn't go off very quickly, but I really want to kind of pick up these herbs and stuff. 40 runs out of time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take his jobs and I'm going to say... crops from the field and wilderness go to top priority. Yeah, that's fine. Well, he should do that. Oh, there we go. The butcher job is up. Oh, hold on. Cooking does need to be first, right? Why are you not cooking? Butchering is a thing that requires... Oh, he's already done. Never mind. Did we put them in? Not enough resources. He totally didn't finish butchering, did he? That wasn't... That's not all you got off that one animal, is it? Drake. Prioritize this production. I thought there was still work to be done there. Chompy chomp. Get to it, man. That was a little weird that he just stopped midway. Okay, finish it up. Finish it up. Finish it up. Good. Okay. Don't. Oh. He's eating the raw meal. Instead of cooking, he's grabbing the raw stuff. Instead of cooking it, then eating, he just grabbed the raw stuff and ate it. Goofus. Now, get back to work. Alright, he's got enough meals to make it through the moment. I want him to harvest up this stuff before we get snow that would wreck it. I'm surprised we haven't. It's day 3 already. Is a clear day, -10. That's snow weather right there. Well, not clear, but cloudy would be the type of thing. Tutorial for mood. Yes, I'm sure he's not exactly the happiest fellow in town, is he? His mood just dropped another point. He's now below half on his mood bar. That's not great. At least he's getting lots of hay piled up. You can make some thatched roof or something at some point. Really what you use it for, but I don't really want to make a roof right away on our house, because I think what I want to do is put a... Oh, he just wasted a bunch. Put a second floor sort of thing going on here. Right? We've already got the second floor in this one. You just don't have a stairwell to get up there, so... It's got a roof, though, so it's indoors. Ah, there comes the snow. Alright, well, on that note, we're going to let things pass for today. We're going to give it a pause and be back... There you go, doing some more cooking. We're going to be back with Drake here in his lonely wilderness mode here. I don't know. His lone wolf mode. He's going to chop off his fingers looking so sad about things. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining me. If you do want to see some more of this, please do hit the like button. I'm going to be running it for a while, I'm sure. See how far we can get with our little lone wolf. Maybe build a giant home and a big manor house, or maybe even a full-on castle if we get a bunch of other people to join us. I don't know, maybe it's one man all the time? No. There'd be others. Definitely should be others from the events and stuff, so... Alright, thank you everybody for joining me. Hit that like button. Like I said, it really does help. And thank you to our patrons. If we do get people to name, we will be naming them after our patrons one way or another. He's suffering in the cold. No kidding, it's 20.6 degrees Celsius, which means it's below his 18 that his his clothing is giving him. That's bad news. So we'll see. Maybe Drake will freeze before anyone else shows up. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in game.